For me, colour is a way I try to remember moments and how I try to celebrate or remember key moments in my life. My name is Yinka Ilori and I'm an artist designer based in Northwest London. I'm a storyteller. I tell stories in design through architecture and public spaces, and it's inspired by my British and Nigerian heritage. And I just try and tell stories that celebrate joy. I've always been obsessed with how fabrics tell stories through how we wear them. Born and raised in London, but also born to Nigerian parents who have a rich cultural heritage. We use a lot of incredible fabrics, Swiss foil laces and Dutch wax prints and jacquard weave. And for me, that's been a way of kind of celebrating my heritage and my story. They use as ways of communicating. That's been a huge part of my inspiration from when I started designing chairs and how I, used fabrics to upholster, seats or sofas to talk about where I'm from and celebrate, what it means to be a Black British Nigerian living in London. My use of colour has always been something I've been into for a couple of years now. There's no dull moment for me in my household, and also in my estate that I grew up in. It was very much cultural. So, colour is sort of how we express ourselves. It's how we identify ourselves culturally. It's how we express how we're feeling. And I think my work is always about expressing how I'm feeling. When I create an installation, I want to use colour as a way of trying to allow people to find different colours that will allow them to remember that experience. So colour for me is how we make memories, how we express ourselves, but also it's how we kind of come together. So it's trying to use colour as a form of memory making. Play is a huge part of how we develop, also how kids develop and how they see the world. And I've been obsessed through play because for me, play is the way we, express who we are. It's how we tell stories. It's how we interact with people. It's how we find out who we are. Within my practice, we try to celebrate play and then find humour in everything we design, whether it's a chair or a table, or it's an artwork, whether it's a playground or a pavilion. We try and put in pockets of humour mixed in with elements that are quite serious and thought-provoking. Play is a huge part of design. It's how we remember our experiences, how we create memories with people we love. It's also a way of kind of bringing people together, and that's why I love trying to bring play within the projects that I do internationally.